Hello everybody and welcome to EPIC36 Starcraft 2 stream. I'm your host for today. My name is Bollard and I'm joined by the wonderful Zane. How's it going?
Hello, it's going well. I'm glad to be back at Epic Land.
Yeah,
Just one,
definitely.
one week after DreamHack, which is also an exciting tournament. I hope
Yeah,
Epic Land can be equally as exciting.
yeah, equally as exciting.
Yeah,
Definitely don't want any land to be better than any other land, but Epic Land can equal the mighty
I
DreamHack,
think
I
it
think.
can. I think it can.
I mean, we've got a fantastic roster of players here this time round at LAN. Why don't we introduce like some of the players that we might see today? Hopefully, we'll get through enough games today that we'll see everyone play a game.
Yeah,
All 16 players that we've got in this fantastic tournament. So who have you got your eye on? Obviously, you're playing yourself, but
yeah,
who have you got your eye on in this tournament?
yeah. So I've got my eye on
On
myself,
myself.
as you said. Yeah. And I
That's a
think
big one.
I
That's a
think
big one.
Raza, my brother, who unfortunately couldn't make it to DreamHack, I think he, he's going to show well this tournament. Because he's, he missed out on DreamHack. Now he wants
Yeah.
to show what he's made
I
of.
mean, he's just going to be at home grinding that whole time,
Yeah.
preparing. He was preparing for DreamHack. Unfortunately, his passport went walkabouts, and
Yeah.
then he's preparing for Home Story Cup as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think he's wanting to do well this tournament. So I think he's definitely someone to look out for. And I think the other dark horses are Roscoe and Figaro.
Yeah.
I think they're the other GM players in this tournament. And I think that even though like me and Rosa are the favorites, they aren't to be taken lightly. They definitely have the potential to upset.
I mean, it's fantastic that even without Risky here, we've still managed to field a roster that has 4 GM players just from UK players. It's fantastic to see, and it should mean we get some fantastic games, especially towards the latter end of today, where we're saving perhaps the best group stage games till last.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I think especially Figaro and Roscoe, they're players that don't play that normally, so they definitely can trick maybe me or Raza with some weird builds.
Yeah, I mean, EPIC35, I really enjoyed watching Figaro's games. He drone rushed a few times, I think,
Yeah.
more than once, and it works.
It works against people who he's better than. I'm not sure it's as good against people who he's worse than. So I think that in this tournament he probably won't pull that out too much. But I think he definitely will have some tricky things prepared. And I think Zerg definitely does have some tricky things these days, like with Nidus, with like Hydra rushes maybe.
Yeah.
Like I think at DreamHack I saw Mio Micah play, and he 2-0'd half.
He's a tricky
with
Zerg
some really
player.
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And even recently Railgun, he's like a 5-8 Zerg. He beat a bunch of Protoss pros with some weird builds. So.
Yeah.
There's definitely some things to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got both our players for the first match ready and in the lobby. I'm just going to let them know that they can start going, and then we'll jump into this first game. So do you want to talk a bit about what this first game we're going to see is?
Yeah, so this first match is a match of Kray against Aicy. So these are both, so Kray being a Protoss and Aicy being a Zerg. These are both players who are, I would say, past their prime. They're players who have been really good in the past. They've been really good in the past, but for various reasons, they haven't been playing too much in the last
They're saving themselves for Stormgate.
So. Yeah, I think so. But I mean, they are players who have not played as much as they have used to, and that shows in the MMR.
Yep.
So they're quite far from their MMR peaks, both of these players. But I think deep down, they both have really good fundamentals. So it'll be interesting to see how they pair up against each other. Yeah,
absolutely. And we're loading into the first map, Curious Minds. I'm really excited to get started with EPIC36. I've been waiting for this a long time. You know, it's been 3-4 months now since EPIC35, and it's great to be back here and watching some Starcraft 2. We're loading on in, and we'll switch over to the game in 3, 2, 1. Longer load time than I expected.
Yeah. I mean, the map is Curious Minds. That's kind of interesting because Protoss tends to veto this map, but Kray opted not to.
Absolutely. And Zane, why don't you do the honors, starting in the bottom right-hand corner, introduce this player.
Spawning the bottom right-hand corner of Curious Minds, we have the purple Red Dragons Protoss player. It's Kray.
Still repping that Red Dragons.
Yeah.
Good to see.
And in the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds, we have the player representing TSI. It's Aicy, also known as T-Bone.
Where did that nickname come from? I've heard it going around this LAN. I feel like it wasn't a thing last LAN, but maybe I missed it.
Yeah, it's an invention of me.
Yeah? You come up with good nicknames. I like it.
Thank you.
Will we see any poor critters being murdered at this LAN? That was something that happened last time. Someone killed a poor little doggo.
We should have seen that critter get killed because that probe was just doing nothing. It was just patrolling.
And this guy can block stuff when you're trying to build. Exactly. He can cost you those fractions of a second that can make a difference if you're getting rushed.
It really can. He should have killed it, but I guess he's not used enough to killing them.
No, absolutely not. Not worrying about that with his APM at the moment, concentrating on just getting his build out and getting that scouting probe across the map to see what this potentially tricksy Zerg is up to, but nothing weird's happening over here right now.
Yep. Oh, we see Kray, sorry, trying to fake the cannon rush. He puts the probe behind the mineral line, and Aicy reacts with a drone pull, so this is already a success. He forced a drone to pull for free.
Yep.
Which
Pretty
is quite nice.
Spawning pools on the way, as we would expect.
Yeah, I mean, so it's pretty standard so far. But I like that Kray faked the cannon rush, because I think Aicy doesn't really know anything about how Kray plays. And actually, Aicy asked him, how do you play? And Kray joked, I cannon rush.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's some real mind games. To get that in, knowing he's playing in today. Turns out it's going to be first game
Well, I
on
mean,
stream.
no, it was literally like
a few minutes ago.
Yeah, a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Did they know they were on stream at that point?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it worked. It worked. He faked
Yeah.
that cannon rush, and it was in the back of Aicy's mind, and it cost him a little bit of time there with that mining of that drone. Overlord's getting in on the natural. Going to see that the Stargate is... Stargate? Flipping hell, what is wrong with my words today? Cybernetics core, this is a completely different building. Is on the way and just finishing up.
Yep, just a standard opening from Kray.
Chronoing out that adept. Yeah. Is that probe still... Yeah, that probe's still checking out the sites, taking in the scenery.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to stay around as long as possible so you can get as much info. And only when the Zerglings come to you want to leave the probe, but you don't want it to die. Okay, there we go.
Should be safe now. Took a few hits more than it needed to, so it might lose some health on the way across the map, but it should make it home safe, I mean, especially with the adept on the way.
It lost a little too much health, because ideally you want to just stick around a bit longer to try and see if they're trying to sneak lings around the map. But he did take a couple hits, so he just sent it home.
So the lings might intercept the adept here, and the overlord is there at the right time as well. So good little positioning. He knew the timing that would be coming across, and will be in place to deal with it. Gonna get cancelled.
Yeah, just scouting this adept. I believe he did see the third hatch as well.
Yeah, he sent the adept over there while the shade was going into the natural, so he can kind of scout two places at once.
And the shade goes into the main just to scout, presumably. He does cancel it. Yep.
And then we see a void ray on the way as well. I'm not sure whether Stargate did. There was a Stargate.
Yeah.
I'm prophetic. I might have said the wrong thing earlier, but I clearly knew what I was talking about.
Not a surprise in this matchup.
No, not at all. Not
yeah, it's interesting to see that void ray first, because these days it's a lot more common to go for the oracle first.
Okay. What's the reasoning behind that?
So the oracle is just it's such a valuable unit, and the earlier you get it, the more energy it has.
Right.
And the mass void ray style is less popular as well. So generally speaking, people are just less likely to get the void ray first. But yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, Aicy doesn't know how Camille plays, so I think that it does benefit him to make that void ray and deny scouting and kind of put the fear into Aicy.
Oh, the probe, the probe! Oh, what a save! Killer adept.
That's
got
really
4 kills. Killed all those lings for free. Didn't lose anything.
Yeah, that's really good, because delaying the Nexus by like 10-15 seconds if you kill that probe is actually quite a big deal.
You'd have to send one all the way from the natural. It's got to go all the way around. And look, he's going to go back home, carry on mining, and the void ray gets its first kill of the game.
Yep, he gets one overlord. There's an overlord to the left of the main, which did escape. No, the void ray's going across the map. It needs to go defend this base. Okay, it's coming back home.
It's slowly making its way across. It's not.
He'll probably lose the pylon, but as long as he... Oh no, he's going straight for the Nexus.
The void ray got distracted by a ling. I think he's going to have to cancel.
It's going to be tied. I think the void ray can do it.
Yeah. It's going to be super tight. The adepts are going to really help though.
Yeah, the adepts should be able to save it. Oh, we do see a second Stargate, so we are going to see some 2 Stargate void ray play.
Very nice.
Was there a second Stargate unit produced? Perhaps an Oracle?
I don't think so.
Oh, there should be.
Oh, there is an Oracle.
Where is
it on the map?
Oh,
it's defending. It went to go defend the third.
Okay, so it's a bit of a weird choice. He sends the void ray across the map and leaves the Oracle at home. Where it should be
the opposite of what you normally do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it might get an overlord. I mean, it is going to get an overlord, but that's about it, really. The queens should come over and defend.
But that main mineral line has no spore, so it would be a really juicy target for that Oracle.
It would. The Oracle's actually going to go around, maybe try and get to the third. Yeah, the queens are all out of position, so he's going to juke and go back, but the creep will
The lings are going back into the third base. But the 2 adepts are still there.
There's actually only a few lings
with only 2 adepts, I think he really should send that Oracle across. Oh, another overlord.
Getting close to a supply block.
There's no spore in the natural or the main. That Oracle really could get some damage done if it flies across the map. Did he see the Baning Nest?
That is a good question.
At the natural, there's a Baning... Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
okay.
he saw it.
So he should be a little wary. I mean, it's a bit confusing already, because Aicy gets a Baning Nest, but he's also getting Roach Bar and Roach Speed. Normally, when you get a Bane Nest this early, it means that you want to do something to link Bane aggression. But it looks like Aicy is just playing slightly messy.
Lost the Oracle. It's going to put a Stasis Ward in the main, and it does catch a nice, juicy batch of drones. That's going to be really annoying for Aicy.
Yeah, Aicy even had like 20 out of 16 in the main. So like he's not mining that efficiently. But yeah, nice stasis, even though I would have preferred to see like 3-4 drone kills.
Yeah, he probably could have, as you said, there's no spore there, so he could have just charged up and started melting drones.
Yep.
Again, over-mining in all his bases, he really needs to get this 4th up as soon as possible.
Yeah, but we can see his work account's really solid at 75, and now he's just pumping units.
The Void Ray hit squad's going across the map, going to get a free queen, I think. There's nothing here to stop this queen from dying.
And it looks like Kray's actually stopped Void Ray production. He's not even getting a fleet beacon or anything. So he's actually going into charge and Templar Archives off of only, is it 3 Void Rays or 4?
That's 3.
Four,
no, it's
4.
4.
Okay.
Where's the 4th one? It's not at the front, is it? I don't know where the other one is. It's a mystery. We'll never know.
It must be somewhere defending.
Yeah, there it is. I think it just got produced. Getting a lot of queens, a lot of transfuse energy though, so these Void Rays aren't going to be able to win out in that fight in the long run. Got up the 4th base.
Spire from Aicy. So I think that Aicy just assumes it's mass Void Ray, even though it's not.
Yeah, he's being tricked a bit here.
So I wonder what... Oh, Kray actually goes to Storm. I was actually going to suggest maybe he goes to some big like Zealot Archon timing. But the fact that he's going Storm kind of means that he's going to go... His timing will be later, if he does go for a timing. Or he could just go into late game and throw down a fleet beacon soon. I don't know. This is a bit interesting.
So is he preemptively getting the banelings because expecting charge loss?
I don't know. I think normally you would get banelings to go for a push. I think he's aiming for a push now.
Right, so he's just going to try and bust through into like the natural or something with the Banes and then overrun him with the
And
Ravages.
this map is so short that, he's just going to get across so quickly. And Kray really needs to know that this is coming, or he might have to cancel his base.
The cannons are not ready. There's no...
Oh, he gets scared off by the Void Rays.
Well, the shield battery is finally finishing.
Storm's almost done. Are there any Templar? 4 Templar. Okay, and 2 Archons. I really... Yeah, Kray's army is perfect to deal with this. Like, there's no way they should get anything done.
It's a nice hold. He's got the shield battery up now. The cannons more on the way. 2 more shield batteries on the way will really help. The 3rd is under a little bit of attack, but look how many cannons are here.
There's even a nice wall off at that base, next to the rocks.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that on the left side.
Is that a full wall, though? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it is. Look.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Engagement going into the front. Big storms.
These queens can't transfuse because they're off creep.
Oh, my God. It's an absolute massacre.
Amazing storms. Oh, a nice bio on the Void Rays. Kills 1 and bruises 2. I think overall that was better for Kray.
Yeah, he's still looking like he's going to hold this quite comfortably at the moment.
18 banelings, so it looks like Aicy still wants to push the issue further.
He's trying to sneak the Banes around the outside, but they're not going to be able to get in.
Yeah, he is making a hive, so he does have intentions to go longer into the game, it looks like. But I think he will try and trade out his army. His supply is a bit low, actually.
Zealot run by gets those banelings that were waiting on the left-hand side, and a few more of them might get through to the 4th.
Yeah. This doesn't get too much done, but it does pull the army back, and he uses the opportunity to push out.
Needs to clear some creep, I think. Has he got an observer with this army?
I don't believe so, but...
No?
Does he? Yeah, he does have a robo because he's an immortal. But yeah, I think we do need the oracle to help clear some creep, because this is such a short map. You can push
so
the creep across so quickly.
Yeah.
Are those banelings in the center of Kray's bases?
They are. They're going to go up here. They're not going to get too much done. The cannons and the shield battery... Oh, I was wrong. They killed loads of stuff.
Oh my god.
And a massacre here as well. 25 probes just deleted off the map instantaneously.
It just takes a few banelings to do devastating damage, even with... Because he does have that +2, so they one-shot the workers.
Yeah, and there's more on the way. They're just going to keep rolling in at this point.
Although Kray's worker count is so good that even though he loses 25, he's still at 71 now. He might have even had too many, to be honest.
More banelings on the way. It's going to endless train of banelings rolling into his face at the moment.
So we see Kray's actually getting blink and +2, and he's not getting a fleet beacon. He's not getting another Stargate. And as soon as I say that, he makes a fleet beacon. So I was kind of gearing up to say that he's going for a big timing push, and he has to end the game with it. He still could be doing that. I think he's going to go for a big push, but he does have a fallback plan on that fleet beacon. So if the push doesn't work out, he's probably going to just go into carry and play a late game. But he does want this push to do something. He storms the banelings, but they don't quite die. And 1 HP banelings still do as much damage as 4 HP banelings.
It's true. It's true. They're really dangerous.
He has a few more storms, I think. His army's so zealot heavy. He needs to get rid of these banelings before he pushes those zealots.
2 good storms, though. Looks like this base.
There's some zealots walking across the map, which I think is a good choice. They're going for the top base.
Yeah, good to deny that while he's losing his own one, though.
Yeah, and Kray's actually up in supply.
Oh, there's Banelings did nothing.
I think he's going to win this fight. There's so many units went to the top side to deal with those 4 Zealots, and Kray gets an amazing fight on the bottom side. And that base is not going to die, but he can send a few Zealots over later on in the game and kill it. And he's going to come for this left side base, which is actually more valuable.
Yeah, the drones are going to evacuate, but I mean, all that Kray is building right now is Lings and a handful of Roaches, and this army will absolutely decimate that.
He's making 2 carries and +1 air weapons behind this. It's great play by Kray.
Yeah, teching up while he's on the push. This push could kill Aicy, to be honest, on its own. And once he gets those carriers built up, it's going to be even harder.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Oracle, if it's still alive, like just use the Revelation. Oh, the paintings connect on the Templar. There's still 1 left, but that was a really good connection for Aicy.
Yeah,
I think without that, he could have just straight up won the game.
Did manage to kill the base.
That's the risk of having a very low HP hatchery. And the Void Rays get split off. What's the queen count? There's only 3 queens. So the 3 Void Rays are actually quite difficult to deal with. Then Aicy just GG's.
GG's, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was looking really good for there at Kray at the end. Really nice hold, and then the counter push was, as we thought, enough to kill him off.
Yeah, I think that was really good play by Kray. He's playing a bit of an older style, actually. I think this is more like as soon as they buffed the Void Rays, before people started doing like 2 Stargate Void Ray into carrier, people would play like this. And yeah, I mean Kray's an older, you know, he's not as practiced recently.
Yeah, he's bringing back the old builds.
Yeah, it makes sense for him to play older builds.
I mean, that can work sometimes. If your opponent's expecting something meta and you're bringing something that's a bit out of fashion, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means it's not, you know, in favor at the moment.
Yeah. And especially a lot of the meta is just copying what the top players are doing. And what the top players are doing is not necessarily what's best for people who are not at the top. And that even applies for other pro players, right? Like, just because you're a pro player doesn't mean that you should copy, like, Serral or Hero or Maru, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to jump into the second map. I don't know whose picks these were. Did you get a chance to talk to the players about who picked which map?
Yeah, I witnessed the veto process. So the Curious Minds was actually Aicy's choice, and Hardwire is Kray's choice.
Fantastic. So we're going to jump into Kray's choice of map with a 1-0 lead for him in this series. He must be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, I think there was no point where... I mean, he lost 25 workers to Banelings. I think other than that, like, everything just went his way really well. Like, I don't think he felt in any danger at any point, really. Yeah. And I think Aicy just kind of did what he expected.
Absolutely, and the players are both ready. They want to get stuck into this game. No hanging about at all. This series is a best of 3, so this could be the victory that Kray's looking for in this group. Yep,
and actually, before the match started, when I told Kray that he was going to be streamed, he was like, no, please, I really don't want to be streamed. My macro sucks. I've been playing really badly in my practice games. Don't do it. Don't do this to me. And then I convinced him to play on stream. And I got to say, I think the pressure of playing on stream is making him play better.
He played super solid in that game. Yeah, I didn't see too many faults.
He didn't play very shakily. Like, he played very solid and calm.
And we're in the game. We're loading on in. Let's have a look. Starting up here in the top right-hand corner, it's our purple Protoss 1-0 up in this series. It is Kray. Wonder if he'll bust out anything crazy in this match. And in the bottom left-hand corner, the yellow Zerg.
The yellow Zerg sitting on purple creep.
Yes, sitting on the purple. Zergs are always purple, let's be honest. It's non-negotiable. A Zerg is purple. It doesn't matter what color they've chosen. It's our yellow Zerg. It is the one, the only, the Aicy.
Yeah, and he is going for a 12-4.
Cheeky boy.
Yeah, so let's see how Kray's 12-4 response is.
Do you reckon he's been practicing for this?
I mean, I think at this point, like, if you can't do the 12-4, then what you're doing. It's like it's just very common.
That's
no one likes losing to
if he loses this game now though, it's going to be rough on his mental.
It's okay to lose to somebody who opens with a 12-4, but it's not okay to die to it. Because this is not a cheat. Right. This is a pressure opening.
If you hold it and then you're at a disadvantage and you lose, that's acceptable. But if you get killed outright, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Like. Yeah. This is the Legacy of the Void.
There's levels. There's levels of holding it, right? Sometimes you hold it and it's not that great, but sometimes you hold it and you just
Legacy
win.
is almost 7 years old, believe it or not.
I know, it was mad. I was looking up that earlier. We looked at a tournament from like 2014 or something, and it was like a Legacy of the Void tournament. I was like, what the?
Yeah. So it's like
maybe not 2014.
Yeah, okay. So Kray's doing the 2-gate response, which is the easier response. It's probably not optimal, but still some pro players still do this response.
Just spot those lings nice and early with this scouting probe. What timing does he send that probe out? Is it consistently after he builds the gate?
Yeah, he's been gate scouting.
Gate scouting.
It's like a safe way to play.
Yeah. 2 lings as well. Going to deal with the probe.
He does send the probe back to make sure the hatch is building, because while 12-4 itself is not like a cheese, you can do 12-4 into a cheese.
Right.
So he did want to confirm that hatchery was there.
First zealot's already out. The second zealot, I don't know if he's got chrono, but it would be nice if
He
it was...
chronoed the first zealot, so
Right.
yeah. He'll probably chrono soon, as he'll get energy soon, and he'll start an adept. He'll probably chrono the adept instead, actually.
Yeah. Gateway's going to take a bit of a beating, but once that second zealot's out, he should be able to...
Yeah, he can like bring the probe so that the lings can't run in, and the zealot should be able to bully off the zerglings. Because 2 zealots is just exponentially more powerful than 1.
Yeah, this is really scary for the lings now. They have to be very careful.
He's not going to lose the gate, and the adept can come out. And this is just like, yeah, this is like the if you 12-4, this is what you should expect.
Yeah.
Unless like your opponent just really screws up. Like you should.
But this just because Aicy didn't get anything done there, he's not like behind, right?
Yeah. So I mean, this is just like a pressure opening. This is like kind of even.
Yeah.
I think if your opponent opens 2 gate, then it's like even. If your opponent manages to do 1 gate and hold the 12-4, which is what I do, then I think that the Protoss is ahead.
Unfortunately, Kray, not as confident as you today.
Yeah,
Just wants to show good games on screen. So played it safe, held the push, and
yeah,
now,
I mean, yeah, I think this is an even game.
now we're transitioning to
Having
a
said
fairly
that,
standard game.
even though it's an even game, like if you look at like the numbers or whatever, I think the advantage of this is that let's say that you have a really specific build prepared, that is kind of thrown out of the window to some extent because of the like it's just a different
It
game
forces
situation.
you to like
Yes.
go down a specific
So
route.
it can be uncomfortable. So like even though it may be an even situation, it could still be like an advantage for one player or the other. Probably if it's an advantage for someone, it would be AC. Because like let's say Kray wanted to do something weird, his timing is going to be thrown off now.
Yeah, absolutely. Queen's out at the front, pooping out creep as they tend to do. The adepts are going to keep poking in and seeing if they can spot anything.
And AC's speed is actually kind of late, I think.
Okay.
So these 2 adepts, they can just stay here off creep like forever and constantly keep shading in and keep the lings on. Oh, don't lose the adept!
Oh, it's going to lose
Oh,
one.
so the adepts went up the wrong path. That's quite annoying because now these adepts are a lot less threatening.
Yeah.
He's actually going to go home now because I think he thinks speed should be done now.
2 adepts would one-shot a drone, right?
Yeah, and they also one-shot lings, so they can be a lot more annoying.
Yeah.
But we can see the third base of Protoss is actually at the same timing as the third base of Zerg, and AC does see this.
Yeah.
So this should really favor. This is a good thing for Protoss. So this is one of the advantages of going up against 12-4 is that the speed is so late that you can get that third base before even your Stargate unit is out.
The Oracle's out first this time instead of the Void Ray first, so a bit more traditional.
How do I mute myself?
Momentary technical difficulties. We'll be back in a sec. We need a cough button. We really need a cough button. Do you want it? This water's not open. Do you want it? This is the highest quality production stream you're going to see all LAN as far as EPIC36's concerned. Oracle does get away with its life. I didn't see whether it got any damage done. Looks like it got 6 kills. I'm not sure when. They must have been drones. Yeah, 6 kills on the drones in the main. That's actually really nice work with that Oracle and getting out with its life despite the Queen being there. You see a Forge and a Twilight coming down.
Back. I need some water.
Must be a second Forge. Yes, just needed a quick little swig. Fairly similar tech choices from the last game for Kray. Keeping his options open.
You say that, but he's only on 1 Stargate this time.
Oh yeah, he went 2 Stargate first last time, didn't he?
Yeah. So, and I think he only made 1 Void.
This time, you mean? Yeah, he made a 4 in the end last time, fairly quickly. Had a little Void Ray hit squad. This one's just going to go around and poke Overlords, I think. The Oracle's still being annoying. Hasn't managed to get any extra kills, but does
still no spore in the main.
cast a Revelation. It doesn't seem like AC builds spores.
He's building one now.
He didn't build any last game. Well, not for a long time, not until it was...
He could have got punished even harder for it, and I think this game he got punished.
Yeah, definitely. That Oracle last game didn't get any kills. Obviously, it was later because the Void Ray came first, but the Oracle getting 6 kills is very nice.
Yeah, so this game, it looks like AC's playing a different comp. He's actually playing Hydra Bane, it looks like. Because he did make that Hydra Den.
Yep.
And he does have the Bending Nest.
2 spores now built. Getting the 4th as well.
But yeah, it looks like Kray is... he doesn't have a Temple... Does he have a Temple Archive, sorry?
Not yet.
Yeah, this just seems like a mistake, maybe?
Should he have built it by now?
I mean, he should have built either a Temple Archives or a Robo Bay by now. Like, you need some kind of splash.
He's getting...
Okay, now we have the Temple Archives.
It's a bit
It's
late.
really late, yeah. Like, I think We kind of want Storm to be finishing soon, and we only have the Temple Archive starting now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to hold the
So
Hydras. I mean, how many is Aicy going to have by the time he has Storm?
Yeah, we might not have... I think Storm will barely finish in time, but even the Templar energy. If you get the Templars earlier, you have
they
more
build
Storm.
up more energy.
Yeah, exactly. So he really wants those, like, Templar, like, are ready to be warped in. Like, he even has the gas for it, right? He has 800 gas.
Yeah, he's been sitting there waiting to build them, but just cannot get the tech in line at the moment.
Yeah, and Aicy's at 80 drones. He's making he made 7 overlords, and now he's probably just gonna pump units and probably just go for like a big timing.
It's Hydra time, boys. I'm gonna get some banelings as well along with them. Centrifugal hooks nearly finished.
Yep, and we do see the storm coming, but yeah, like it's too late.
This could be a really nice timing for Aicy. I think he's gonna hit.
Do we see Chrono Boost on the storm?
That is a good question. We do at least see Chrono.
We need to see continuous Chrono on that so that it finishes in time.
We're gonna wait and hold on. That's not the zoom in button. Oh, that's there.
Not another Chrono.
No.
But I think he'll finish in time. I think Aicy's a bit slow on his attack.
Yeah, he needs to start moving. He's waiting for the next 6 Hydras to pop out to come join this army, but he kind of needs to just get going. The creep spread's okay. It's obviously a longer map than the last one, so gonna take a while to get across.
Another Immortal on the way for Kray, and we see some nice Stasis Wars placements.
How do Immortals do against this comp? I feel like they're not that great against Hydras, right?
So I mean, thing is, Immortals are just like on their own. They're not very good against Hydras, but when you pair them with Storm, then they're pretty good.
Right. Yeah.
And also they're very tanky, so they're like good at tanking Baneling shots and stuff like that. They're just like a very supply efficient, strong unit.
Nice.
Whereas the Zealots are the useless units here, really.
Seems like Aicy is kind of sitting on his hands a bit. I feel like he's been ready to go for a while. But he just keeps waiting for that little bit more before he finally pushes out.
Maybe he was hoping for Kray to push into him.
Oh, there's a nice link split on the left. This could distract Kray quite a lot.
Oh, we see the Storm on the Banelings. Okay, they die.
And he pulls out of the push onto the 5th as
well.
well.
The Stasis, which is nice. Zealots, okay. I'd like to see Kray split up some Zealots and go for a run by, and that's what he's doing. On the left side, there's some Zealots. They did get spotted by a Zergling, but they should be able to kill this base, maybe?
Oh yeah, he's not going to cancel it, I don't think.
Oh, Kray's pushing across the center. I think this might be a mistake. This army's quite small. It's very tech-heavy and small, so Banelings, if Banelings run it, it'll just explode.
Yeah, that's a really risky maneuver.
Okay, the Zealots going to kill the space. There's Zerglings and Banelings on the right side. Only 8 probes died.
Yeah, it could have been a bit better. Still, 8 probes to 3 isn't the end of the world. Well, not free for the Banelings.
Yeah. So we can see Aicy's way ahead in supply, but Kray's army is really supply efficient right now.
Yeah, he just needs to make sure he doesn't take a bad engagement and lose it all, because it'll take so long to replace these units. Especially, look at the amount of energy on the Templar.
Nice storms.
Oh my god.
We need to use force fields, but it's really hard to use 2 spells. Okay. Oh.
We need one more storm. Is going to kill so many units.
Amazing storm. 11 probes go down, but Kray's worker count is still good, and he got some amazing storms. Amazing enough that Aicy doesn't feel confident in pushing. He's going to pull back and let his units regen.
Look at the resources lost after that engagement. Double in the favor of Kray. Very
Mothership.
efficient. He's going off the deep end. I love to see it.
I was actually going to say, like, we see a fleet beacon, but we don't see extra Stargates, which is kind of weird. And we don't see +1 air weapons. And it seems like he doesn't want carriers. He just wants a mothership, which is not something I've seen for a very long time, like just getting a mothership with ground.
I mean, you said he's bringing back the old... Is this an old build? Is this something you would do in the past?
Maybe I think it's so old that I've forgotten it.
He's going to cancel this base again. I mean, he might... If he gets the kill again, that's going to be really frustrating for Aicy.
This is more than just a Zealot run... Oh,
no cancel again.
This is more than just a run by. This is actually like an army push out.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a Zealot in the main. I don't know how he got there. Maybe with the warp prism.
There's a prism in the airspace just to the left, I think.
Can I click on it? That's the question.
Yeah.
There he is. Chilling with some more Zealots in.
Okay, I really like how Kray didn't keep pushing. He just denied that base, and then he went back home. He didn't, like, push in, because if he pushed downwards, there would be a big concave.
He might not be mining from this base, but he is still technically on equal bases.
He does have the top left.
Actually, he's a base advantage on the Zerg, doesn't he? It's 5v4, right?
Yeah, he does have the top left.
Yeah, exactly. So equal in terms of mining.
He must be oversaturated somewhere.
Maybe in the main. No, he's just not built many probes.
Okay, all right.
I mean, or they're idle somewhere. I don't actually know. I'm trying to figure out where they've all gone, because they don't seem to be doing very much right now. Bit of a stalemate at the moment. Neither player willing to commit to a push, but Kray kind of sort of containing Aicy a little bit at the moment.
Do we have an infestation pit, by the way, or a hive?
No.
We have an infestation pit.
Oh, we do.
but no hive. So it looks like against some reduction.
Oh, the Hydra stem's going down. I've got to say the infestation pit's going down, but that's over there.
Yeah.
It'd be good if he gets that as well.
So AC's army is kind of positioned to attack, but now I think because of the Zealot drop, he's kind of like not attacking.
He needs to get back here real quick, or this thing's going to go down. There's a lot of Zealots doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, these Zealots have done like a lot of damage already, and even getting the hive to the red is also really good. And that Prism is still there in the dead airspace, and now Kray's army is on the left side again, and again he's just denying the base without pushing in
It's
forward.
such a small hit squad, but it's so intimidating for the Zerg when they see it.
Yeah, because the thing is, if the Banelings just run in, like the Protoss army will melt. But if the Protoss is on point and nails the forces and storms,
like he did earlier when he got all those storms
exactly.
on the Banelings, huge swing in supply when it happened.
Exactly, and we see Kray's like making carriers now and +1 weapons, and that mothership finally popped. So like he's not, and he's up a base. So he's like, I'm not gonna like throw my army away and do a big push and try and win when I have like the such a big advantage, right?
Let's see if this Ling run by can get anything done. It's going to try and go to the 5th. I can't even remember if this is the 4th or the 5th at this point up here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this army. It's beautiful. Protoss.
Yeah, you don't.
Beauty right there.
I mean, I was going to say it's mothership and pure ground, but there is one carrier there.
It's just there for jokes, shits and giggles.
So I mean, Kray is maxed, and he's going to split off some Zealots and just try and be as efficient as possible. He catches a Viper, which is a huge pick off.
Oh my god, where was that Viper even coming from?
Yeah, it didn't just spawn.
Or something, I guess. I don't know.
I think the Zealots ran into some units and died, but this army is going to be really hard to stop. There's so many storms here, because these Templar have banked up an advantage with 2 storms. The mothership does get abducted, but it does get off a time warp.
It's not even dead! It
survived!
Oh my god, that's so bad for AC. It's looking really, really like a strong
AC does have a really good concave, which diminishes the power of these storms, but he still has so many storms that he can just power through anyways.
All the Immortals are alive, there's so many storms left, but there's still half energy on all the Templar.
Still like 4 or 5 storms.
Yeah. And the mothership did finally go down, I think. 2 more carriers on the way.
Oh, did it? Did the mothership go down?
I think so. Yeah, it died over there.
Yeah, a storm on the morphing Banelings.
Lovely
More
stuff.
carriers join the fight. There's 2 ultras in production, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's so many Immortals.
And here come the extra carriers. It's looking like a potential
GG.
GG, and there it is. Well played to our Protoss Kray. I mean, he had nothing to be afraid of about being on stream.
Yeah, I mean, I think he felt like he was in control like the entire series. I don't think there was any point where it kind of was like, oh... actually, I guess there was one point where like the Hydra Bane came in, but then the storms were just like so on point, and like AC had no choice but to just go home.
Yeah, it felt like AC was in a good position in the mid game, but then there was that one engagement where he lost so many Banelings, lost so many expensive gas-expensive units to some beautiful storms, and at that point he was just kind of contained down on bases and couldn't really find a foothold in the game anymore.
Yeah, and the Zealot warp in
the drops in the main were huge.
Yeah, like Camille, Kray was just all over the place.
You can call him Camille.
Camille.
I think anyone watching will know.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a good series from him, playing some like older school styles.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see, and it's probably going to be different from what we're going to see from the rest of the games today. So it was nice to get that first up on our stream here.
Yeah, and we do have a special guest.
You're early.
We have Red Dane in the house.
A wild Red Dane has appeared. He's going to go sit ominously opposite us and give us evils, I think. I'm angry that you've stolen his casting seat.
Yeah, well, you can replace one Ain with another. So.
No, you're here for one more game.
Oh.
So, yeah, you've got one more game to cast before we'll switch over and bring in the Mighty Dane. But for now, we're going to be throwing to a short ad break. I don't know how long it's going to be, and we'll be back with another match. Do you know who it's going to be?
Molten somebody.
Molten vs. AC. Oh, we casted the wrong game.
No, you just swapped the name.
I've just swapped them around. Is it Molten vs. Savage?
Yeah.
Help if I could type. Molten vs. Savage from Group B.
Yeah.
That's going to be coming up shortly after an ad break. Thank you all for tuning in and watching the first game of the Starcraft 2 tournament in EPIC36. We'll be back with more group stage action in just a moment.